When you were our age, what job did you want to have?
Hey, I think I have the perfect idea for what we should talk about in the next Kids Planet video.
Oh, that could definitely be interesting.
All right, Trace, you go first. So, Corey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know, a doctor, I guess. Or a realtor like my dad.
I want to be an archaeologist like we talked about in the Dig In series.
What about you, Hannah?
Yeah, when you were our age, what job did you want to have?
Well, me and my sisters wanted to be fashion designers when we grew up, but one year I also wanted to be a race car driver, and then a long time ago, I wanted to work at a place like SeaWorld where I can train the dolphins and the whales.
Wow, that all sounds really cool.
So did you try any of those?
Actually no. I never tried anything like that when I grew up.
Why not?
I don't know. Sometimes when you grow up, plans change.
Come on, Thomas fam, let's go.
You too, Corey.
All right, bye guys. See you next week.
Hey, Hannah, what's up?
Hey, I think I have the perfect idea for what we should talk about in the next Kids Planet video.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, I've been thinking about excuses lately, and I know there are so many people in the Bible who made excuses for why God couldn't or shouldn't use them. But as always, God made incredible things happen despite their excuses.
Okay.
So, what if we write down the names of those people that had stories like that and then pick one each week to talk about so we can learn from their mistakes?
I like it. Sounds fun.
And that's not even my whole idea.
It isn't?
No, the most exciting part was an idea I had just now when I was talking to a few kids from Kids Planet.
So, are you gonna tell me your big idea?
Yeah, I think we should try different jobs we dreamed of having when we were kids.
Oh, that could definitely be interesting.
Think about it. So many grown-ups forget to try new things or make excuses as to why things are silly or won't work.
You're right. Let's go for it. No more excuses.
Awesome.
Well, this is a place that Hannah said could help all my dreams of becoming a rock star come true. We'll see. Well, it looks like my audition is in like 5 minutes, so I better head inside. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, or something even worse.
When you're sliding into first and your pants begin to burst, it's diarrhea. Diarrhea.
Come on, Vince, no more excuses.
Mark, we're ready for you.
Hello, it's me. I'm in Albuquerque dreaming of fashion industry. It's me, Hannah. I'm here for a training session.
Oh, hello, darling. I'm so excited to show you the art of fashion today.
Thank you so much, Jane, for doing this. I've dreamt of this since me and my sister were little. We would watch movies and TV shows about fashion and modeling.
Right, and I'm so afraid that it's not as glamorous or extravagant as Hollywood makes it appear, my dear. I mostly create for the local theater productions at the moment. But here, let me show you the ropes so we can make something exciting.
That sounds great, but what are the ropes for?
Come with me. There's no better time to begin than now.
I'm so excited.
All right, I'm gonna leave you here to dream up something wonderful, and I'll check on you in a wee bit.
Wait, you're not gonna stay and help me?
Trust me, darling, this is the best way for me to help you. Creativity needs room to bloom at the beginning of the design process, so you've got this.
Audition. Really? I'm sorry. That sounds rough. No. I'm not busy. Okay, meet you there in 10.
Hey, did you have fun learning about fashion design?
I guess so, but I really didn't do much. I kind of gave up, and that's when I called you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It sounded like your audition wasn't great either.
Well, I chickened out before I even got the chance to audition, so I say it wasn't great.
Wow, listen to us. So much for no more excuses.
I forget how hard it is to actually try new things.
Yeah, and risk being bad at things.
Yeah, well, hey, we can do something that we know we're good at.
What? Breathing?
No, silly, I was talking about telling the Bible story.
Okay, what story did you have in mind?
Well, that's the best part.
Huh?
Don't you remember that great idea you had? You know, that we can try something new and randomly pick a Bible story.
Oh, yeah!
So I have this container full of names of different people in the Bible who made excuses so that we can learn from their mistakes.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty fun.
I have some good ideas every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. It was basically my idea, though. So who's gonna pick this week? Me or you?
Go for it. And remember, no peeking.
All right, so today we are reading the story of Gideon.
Ah, good one. We can actually read about Gideon making a lot of excuses in the Bible, but he would always do what God asked him to in the end.
That's so true. God had some really important work for Gideon to do, but he just couldn't understand why God wanted him out of all the Israelites.
You know, I think a lot of people can make excuses like that, or even talk ourselves out of how God might be able to use us to help more people know about him.
Oh, good point. So let's see how Gideon's story goes.
Okay, so Gideon was an Israelite, and at this time, the Israelites were constantly disobeying God and would not stop their evil ways. But when they got tired of being attacked and even starved by their enemies for 7 years, they finally cried out to God for help.
So then God sent an angel of the Lord to tell Gideon that God was going to use him to rescue the Israelites. The angel of the Lord even called Gideon a mighty hero.
Exactly. Except Gideon was confused. Gideon didn't believe that he could be a hero. He didn't understand why any of this was happening to the Israelites. And on top of that, Gideon felt like he wasn't good enough to help. Listen to what he said to God. "But Lord," Gideon replied, "how can I rescue Israel? My clan is the weakest in the whole tribe of Manasseh, and I am the least in my entire family." The Lord said to him, "I will be with you, and you will destroy the Midianites as if you were fighting against one man."
See, Gideon thought he was too weak, too small, and too unimportant to do what God was asking him to do. Gideon needed to remember that God was with him and God can do anything.
Totally. And what God told Gideon that day happened exactly like he said it would. God used Gideon to defeat the Midianites and save the people of Israel.
So, here is what we can all learn from Gideon's story. God can use us even when we feel weak.
Yes, what an awesome thing to remember. You see, God wasn't asking Gideon if he could do it. God already knew that Gideon would. Gideon was exactly who God had in mind at this moment, even if he couldn't understand that at the time.
That kind of makes me think of a verse from the New Testament. In 2 Corinthians 12, Paul talks about begging God to take away his weakness. And this is what Paul said God told him: "My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness."
Sometimes we can wind up doubting ourselves, even when God has confidence in us. That's why it's so important for us to remember God can use us even when we feel weak.
Yeah, you know, I was so disappointed in myself earlier for not doing a better job with fashion design. And I thought it would be more exciting rather than scary or nerve-wracking. But it's hard to try new things sometimes.
Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you aren't the best fashion designer or I never become a rock star, because God can use us even when we feel weak.
True, and working for God will always be my favorite job.
Still though, I kind of want to try again.
Yeah, me too. We're going for no more excuses, right? I suppose we have to give it a full attempt without giving up.
Oh, hello there, dear. Come in. You're back?
Yeah, is that okay?
Of course. And here I was afraid I'd scared you off.
No, not at all. I just started to doubt myself and got intimidated to let myself try and possibly fail.
Darling, failures are what created some of the most popular fashion trends. Come now.
Definitely that one.
Okay.
All right, Vince, you ready?
When you're sliding in a verse and you feel something burst, diarrhea, diarrhea. When you're sitting in your Chevy and your shorts are feeling heavy, diarrhea, diarrhea.
That was tough.